Welcome to today's Google Empower Hour episode. I'm so excited that you're here because if you're here, that means you join the KaeRae Gurus community. If you have questions about Google and you're accessing all of the free resources, feel free to drop into the feed any of your questions so that I can continue to help you learn about Google. Today, we are going to be talking about how to make Google your bitch and getting your business to the top of Google's page one. So first, thank you so much for being here. I really am excited to share the topic with you today. And it's going to be something that'll help you learn how to dominate on Google. So each business that has a website has two options and two paths to get to the top of page one on Google. And I'm going to be discussing and comparing those two strategies against each other today. The first option is SEO, also known as search engine optimization. The other path is Google Ads or paid ads. So these two options are the most popular and really the two alternatives to getting to the top. So if you have a website, you should definitely have your SEO strategy in mind. And if you have no idea what SEO is, we're going to dive into that so you understand everything. When it comes to Google Ads, I highly suggest considering using a manager so that they can keep an eye on your campaign on a regular basis. Attention to detail is important in both of these strategies. First, let me introduce myself. I'm Kelsey Flannery, owner of KaeRae Marketing and the leader of KaeRae Gurus community, where we talk about all of the Google secrets that I use for my clients so that you can use them for your business to start generating new customers from the internet. I have been a Google certified expert for 10 years and I've been in business for 8 years. And all I do is focus on being as honest and transparent about my offerings as possible so that you can understand what is necessary for your business to grow and get found on Google on a consistent basis. I will not be selling anything. It's really all about the education. I am an educator at heart and I want to make sure that I share all of the Google resources in an honest and transparent way. So if you have questions, feel free to drop them into the chat or onto the feed or anywhere that is related to my business. So let's dive in to how powerful Google is. I'm sure you've used Google on a regular basis. If you use the internet in any way like me, you're constantly going and asking different questions, trying to find solutions. So think of it this way, that your customers do the same thing looking for your products or services. Google processes over 8.5 billion searches per day. That is a lot of opportunity for any business or any website to get exposure to be found by the people that are looking for them in that moment. 92% of all the global searches and traffic is going through Google. So we already know there are other search engines that you could obviously optimize for. All of the algorithms are similar, but from this statistic, 92% are going to Google. That means that this is the place that you need to focus most of your energy. And the number one position on Google gets about 40% of all the clicks. So this is something to consider, is having that as a goal to be there either with an ad or with SEO, to making sure that you're actually capitalizing on that first page real estate that is just so sought after for every business. And we've learned over time that Google and online presence isn't just necessary. It's essential to growing your business and getting more brand awareness and growing year over year. So the first path, as I said, was SEO. Search engine optimization. Other terms you might have heard is organic traffic. This means that Google understands and reads your website to know what searches are relevant and related to your business to show a specific page for. So each page of your website needs to have its own understanding and how Google can rank you for different search terms. So this is all done on the back end of your website, plus creating new content on a regular basis. This is a strategy that is quite a bit of effort. You need to come up with a strategy, optimize every page, know your keywords, and continue to create new pages for your website on an ongoing basis. If you let up on your SEO, there could be a chance that then you start dropping in rankings. So prepare to do this for the rest of time. And it may sound like a lot of work, but know that every click you get doesn't cost you anything. And on the flip side, Google Ads is a cost per click or pay per click model, which means every click that your ad gets, there is an associated cost. Now that cost is different for different industries, different geographic areas, as well as the competition level for how often that keyword is actually searched. The more often it's searched, the more high competition you may have, the higher the cost per click may be. But with Google Ads, there is no waiting. You create the ad, you select your keywords, you set your budget, and you show up at the top of Google. So making sure that you have your budget and your keywords, there's going to be a lot of different factors that go into each of these strategies, and know that eventually in your business, you may be using both of the strategies and they should fit together like a puzzle. So knowing that you can have the options to customize your Google Ads campaign to kind of get to the top immediately for keywords that you've been struggling to find SEO ranking and credibility for. So let's dive into SEO and what it is, where it is, and all the factors you should be worried about. Number one, what is it? It's how Google understands the information on your website to show your specific pages for related keywords searched onto Google. Now you can see this. Here's a screenshot of my result on search, and this is going to be the rich information you should be taking away. Is where is it found? Organic results are actually halfway down the page, and you can see they look like the results at the top of the page. The difference is ads say sponsored. So with what's showing on Google search, we can actually control this information. This first line is your title tag. That is the name of each page on your website. Customizing this to be specific to what that page is about, including a keyword, your geographic area, and your business name, is very important for Google to understand this page. Additionally, the paragraph underneath it is the meta description. That means you can have the opportunity to engage the user, to tell them a little bit about the page so that they would choose this over the other options. And you can also see that organic actually pulls in other pages on my website as options in case this is what they'd rather find. My contact page, my services, and they can jump right there. So for SEO, the factors that you need to be worried about are your keyword research. Number one, you need to figure out what people are searching for so that you can use those in your SEO strategy. If you have keywords that are not popularly searched because maybe they're more professional industry terms, your customers don't speak that way, then you may not be coming up for anyone except for your competitors when they're searching those terms. We want to actually understand our users and customers to make sure we speak their language so that they know they found the right source. On-page SEO is everything that you can see on the website on the front end, making sure that the title tag and meta description, like I showed you, that shows up on Google is optimized with keywords. Your content is rich, helpful, and of course includes keywords, and you have high quality images. No one, including Google, likes a blurry image. If you are using stock images, I would consider maybe finding a photographer or setting up your own photo shoot to create more on-brand photos so that your audience feels connected to you and your business while on your site. And the structure, making it easy to find things and the menu being clear and all of the pages getting your customers to where they need to be. We don't want anyone getting lost because as soon as someone gets lost, frustrated, they're going to leave and go find another website. The technical SEO may be where you need to bring in an expert. This is going to be your mobile optimization. Most traffic is happening on mobile devices, so how can you make sure your website is mobile adaptable as well as loads quickly? The speed of load, for me, I am very impatient, so making sure that this is as fast as possible. We don't want to lose a click that may have come to your website just because your website didn't load fast enough. I would suggest a load speed of about 3 seconds to 5 seconds. Anything more than 7, you will have a factor of your technical SEO being impacted by that rate. And you also want to have a responsive and intuitive setup. So making sure that your bots can find everything and making sure that your audience is finding what they need. Having all of this just adapting and upgraded. If you haven't updated your website in over 5 years, it would be something to consider having some SEO audit done so that you can see if that is necessary. Because if you created your website 5 years ago and haven't done anything since, Google will be questioning if you're optimizing or still in business. So making sure that everything is more modern and updated will help your business and website perform better. Your content strategy. So this is ongoing content. Once you have your website created, fully optimized with your SEO tags, you want to continue to create new pages for Google to come back and learn more about your business. You can do that through blog posts, video posts, and solving customers' problems through questions. So there's a lot of things that people may go to search that isn't directly related to your offerings. It's more of a question or an educational resource that they're looking for. This is where your content strategy comes in. Building credibility and trust with Google and your audience through content strategy is really important. The one major thing to know is consistency. If you have a lot of things to share with your audience, you will be able to do great things with this blogging strategy. If you are more comfortable making videos, that's even better. There's a lot of ways to share your expertise with your audience, but on the backside, we want Google to be aware of it. So there are really kind of two ways I suggest people to do this. Is one, you're making the website and the content for Google first. And a lot of people might be like, why would I do that? Because if Google doesn't understand or like your content, your customers will never be able to find it. So this is really important for us to focus on Google to be able to share the information they need, to be able to share the keywords that are important to our business. And so then the second part is that our customers will be able to find them when they're asking the questions that we know they have, that we've heard from existing customers. This is a struggle or an issue or problem that they're really frustrated with. How can we help them find us easier so that their issue is no longer a problem for them? We can step in. And lastly, backlinking building. This may be something a little more technical, but it's very important to build the credibility of your website as a whole. Now, there's two types of backlinking. Internally means that you're linking a text or a button or an image to another page within your website. And the other is an external link, which means that, again, you're linking text, image, button to another website completely. And so for an example, on my website, I may be referencing Google Analytics. And so I would link to analytics.google.com. That would be an external link. Me sharing the resource with my audience and trying to build credibility by having an external link. Now, the best thing that you could do is build partnerships with other websites to get a link back. So having a two-way link with an external site will actually build more credibility, and it also, based on their SEO strategy, helps them. So there could be a lot of mutual beneficial benefits from having external links with partnerships that you already have. Now, of course, you're not going to do that with competitors, but if there are other people in your industry that you refer to or get referrals from, that would be a great place to start in building a backlinking relationship. To continue with SEO, some of the benefits that you need to really let sit in, because this is a effort-based strategy, is that you want to create quality content. We don't want to pump out a lot. We want to be sure that we're answering the actual questions your customers are searching. Having a clean website structure so everyone and the bots of Google can find your information. The backlinking, like I said, building up trust and credibility with the relationships of other websites, and making sure the user experience is seamless and easy and simple. SEO is the long-term strategy, so making sure, again, you're doing this for years at a time, planning the entire year out for how much content you want to make, what can you do next year, what are the ways to grow the organic, because the longer you work on your organic, the longer you will see results. And building credibility with Google is one of the top ways to get better performance from your website and more traffic, because once Google sees the engagement on your website, they will start to rank you better. But you do need to prove to them that you are worth it. So give the credibility through your blog posts, the consistency of your new content, making sure your tags are updated, having content that is actually helpful, not just a fluff of words. Google really wants to make sure that they're being helpful for their users, so we want to do the same for our customers. And the best thing, there is no cost, it's just time and effort. So be sure to work this into your weekly or monthly schedule of creating content because you want to be consistent. I can't say that enough. And the challenge is it takes time. This is the hard part for most people to realize in putting in the time and effort and not seeing the results for 3 to 6 months. And that's because Google needs time to be able to build up the trust, to know that your business is worth the ranking of being on page 1 for specific keywords. Now you may see that for some keywords you're ranking well and others that you're not. So be sure to continue to optimize for all of the different keywords you want to see traffic for over this time period. I highly suggest at least 1 blog post per month for a beginner. If you want to see drastic increases in the amount of organic traffic you have, then weekly blog posts can be very effective. But again, 3 to 6 months before you start seeing noticeable results as far as new traffic, new leads from organic. Okay, so PPC or pay-per-click Google Ads. As I said, it looks just like an organic results, but you can see the sponsored. So anytime you're on Google, you can see the difference in the sponsored ad or an organic where it doesn't say anything. So really, the best part of Google Ads is that you can create an ad campaign and select your keyword and it will show up at the top of Google based on your budget, based on the competition, and there are other factors such as your quality score to be sure that this is a good result. Google doesn't just let you pick a keyword and show at the top based on how much you'll pay. You need to jump through a few hoops, making sure you have relevant ad copy and landing page information relevant to that keyword search. So you can see that it looks the same, but you're going to find that at the very top is where these ads are showing. And as you scroll down to the very bottom, you'll see another set of these ads. So there is still the need of having quality content on your ad and page to get to the top of Google. It's not just as easy as paying, but still giving Google what they want about your business. So some of the factors, again, keyword research, knowing what your keywords are is going to be the first step in having a successful ad campaign. Now, it's going to be different keywords from your SEO strategy. You want to focus on those users that are having buying intent keywords. The budget is going to be indicated by your industry and the competition level for those keywords. So if you are interested in finding out how much your keywords would cost in your geographic area, feel free to reach out to me and I can tell you what that average is. The ad copy creation, it needs to be compelling. Again, before someone clicks, they're going to be reading or skimming your information. So if they don't see their keyword that they searched within your ad, or they don't see anything that's related to what they're actually looking for, or the answer to their question, then they may skip over your ad and go to an organic result. Ideally, you'd love to be in both places, but making sure that you focus on the ad copy to be relevant, to be engaging and important. Don't just write it and use it. Continue to create new ads on a regular basis. I always suggest to have at least 3 ads per list of keywords that is clumped into generalized kind of similar keywords so that you're targeting, say, drain cleaning. We want to have the ad speak about drain cleaning and have another list about sink replacement. So we want to have different groups, we call them ad groups, of different keywords that have ads that are specifically speaking to those keywords. So you may find that you're creating a lot of different ads, and that's a good thing. The more the better, same with keywords. Now your landing page. Of course, when we're talking about drain cleaning, we are sending them to the drain cleaning page and sink replacement page. We want to be as specific as possible, making sure that we're not expecting the user to go and look for what they're trying to find, but we give them the shortest link and the shortest step to complete a conversion, which is to contact us. So making sure that your landing page is highly relevant to what the keyword is for that group is going to be really important. And what is on the landing page can also be important. Using Google Analytics, which I'll talk about in a moment, is going to be the best way to determine, are people enjoying the content on the page if there's not enough content, what else can we add? Making sure you're speaking to what is awesome about your product, what is great about your customer service, and as well as including any additional content to make them feel like they understand your business and your values from the get-go. So that is the easiest way, by using a video. So if your page isn't that long, consider adding more content about the history of your business, the goals, and anything else that can be testimonials to attract people to convert. And active campaign management. This may be something that a lot of people are confused that, why do I need to pay someone else to manage my campaign? I can do it. But you'll find that there is a lot more to do on a weekly, maybe even bi-weekly basis for your campaign to maintain a positive increase, as well as maintain a low cost per click or per conversion. Making sure that you really don't just set it and leave it. You continue to come back and refine it, add new keywords, add new optimizations to your ads, checking on your landing page performance. There's so much that you can dig into to make sure that your dollars are being spent wisely. The benefits of Google Ads. The same thing goes for a lot of the website components, quality content, your website structure, backlinks. All of your SEO factors can also be helpful for your paid factors. The immediate visibility is the best selling point, that it doesn't take 3 to 6 months. You can be found in under a week at the top of Google based on your content and ads and keywords. But what I love most about Google Ads is the precise targeting. You can be so specific about what type of service you're targeting, the keyword, the user's location, the device that they're using. There can be so many factors to find the ideal audience that really is ready to buy from you, so that the ROI is actually a lot easier for you to manage. Making sure that you're actually growing, making sure you're not paying too much for each of those leads or purchases is going to be really important. And of course, using different tools to measure your ROI is going to be the factor of, are you going to give up on this strategy? Is it costing too much and you're not seeing it? Or really looking at the data to see, is there more tweaks that can be made? I highly suggest giving Google Ads at least 3 months to understand if it's the best strategy for your business and if you're getting a positive ROI from the data. Lastly, the challenges. Of course, the cost is the biggest challenge. How much should you spend? How much are you getting in your return? I highly suggest starting with a $500 a month budget. That's a minimum based on an industry that you may have some low goals. If you're looking to double or triple the amount of business that you're getting, you will need to consider the budget being quite large for what your business may be in, what industry or competition level. So consider starting there, but knowing that the budget is not the ultimate deciding factor, but it can be something that can hold you back based on what your goals are. So really, I suggest starting with a low budget, figuring out your system, figuring out your keywords and your audience, and then increase your budget once you've seen some consistency. So let's compare the two. SEO, or organic, is about halfway down the page. Google Ads is at the very top. The cost for SEO is $0, but it does take effort. And the Google Ads is $500 minimum monthly budget. The results that you can see for SEO take about 3 to 6 months. In Google Ads, you can create the ad and your keyword and get active within a day. Now, the effort level is much different. SEO, you'll need to optimize all of your pages and your tags and consistently create new content. For Google Ads, you create the campaign and then you check on it on a regular basis. So there's a lot less hand-holding that you need to do in Google Ads. Once you have it created, you're really tweaking it as you go. As far as SEO, you do need to be more committed to a weekly or monthly blogging schedule, and you can get into video creation, which is another avenue through YouTube that is organic. How to choose? This is the biggest question a lot of people have. Should I just pay to be at the top now, or should I really invest the time and effort into a consistent and long-term strategy like SEO? So if your budget is limited, you're obviously going to favor SEO investment. But if you need immediate results, you will want to use Google Ads. And I always want people to think that both of these should be working together. If there is low-hanging fruit that you can get organically, jump on it, start creating content for it. If you find that there's a high competition level for keywords you really want to show for, use Google Ads to get there now. So you can really fill in the gaps for both of these strategies so that you're maximizing what you're getting from Google and being visible in all the places that matter. Now, competition. If it's competitive, you really want to use both strategies because being seen at the top in your Google ad spot, in Google Maps with Google Business, and then in the organic section, you're going to be able to definitely get a click from those users. So there's definitely a strategy of all organic and all Google Ads that will help businesses grow if that's what they're ready for. Lastly, there is a quiz on my website. It has 3 questions that will help you determine what is the best strategy for you. Simply go to my website, KaeRaeMarketing.com, and the quiz will pop up. You'll be able to answer those questions, then check your inbox right away, and you'll be able to see your answer. And I also have a video to help you understand which strategy is going to be best, and what to do next. Now, I've mentioned tracking the data throughout this whole presentation. Google Analytics is the tool that will help you stay with it and see the results or know how to tweak this strategy. Making sure that this is set up can give you so much information so that you're not guessing as to, oh, I need to keep writing a blog post about this. You can check to see the results of those pages, those blogs, to see what you should continue to use. The data will make decision-making so simple, and setting up Google Analytics 4 is free. So if you have questions on how to do that, feel free to reach out to me. Now, with Google Analytics, you'll also be able to find out where people find your website, how long they stayed on your site, what pages they viewed while they were there, the type of device that they viewed your website, and the general geographic area that they are in. I also find this very important is that if they completed an important action like a form, a purchase, or even booked a call with you, making sure that you capture when someone does that, you'll be able to find the source of where they came from so that you can tell what marketing strategy is actually resulting in new customers. So this tool is so awesome. If you want to talk more about it, I definitely suggest checking out one of the past episodes for Google Empower Hour. By going to the feed and searching hashtag Google Empower Hour, you'll find the analytics episode. So some mistakes to avoid with both of these strategies with SEO is keyword stuffing. We may find that we're eager to make sure that Google is aware of the keyword for this page. We may put it on there too many times. So really trying to be gentle and making it feel like a casual content read will make it a lot easier for Google to interpret and for your customers to want to read the whole thing. If you're ignoring mobile optimization, this can be a huge red flag for your website. Google knows that there is so much website traffic that goes through mobile users that we need to have that as a top priority. So if you haven't done a mobile scan, you can do that by going to Google, mobile friendly test, and then entering in your URL, and you'll see where you're at. Or you can just go to your website on your mobile device and see how it looks, how it operates. If you don't like it, your customers don't like it. So check it out. And lastly, with SEO, don't expect overnight results. You may be really excited to share your blog posts and optimize your SEO tags. Share that with your existing audience. Making sure that you're getting traffic there from your direct audience is a great way to get momentum with your organic. But let's keep our expectations low. We know that it's going to take 3 to 6 months. As a minimum, if you get results before that, that's amazing. I would love to hear about it. With Google Ads, there is an issue that Google prompts you to use broad match only. This means that it's a lot more opportunity to get a click, but unfortunately you can be found in irrelevant keyword searches. So for example, if I am a ice cream shop and I use broad match and I just have ice cream shop in broad, that means any of those keywords could be bringing my business ad up, meaning ice cream, or just shop. So Google wants you to do this because obviously you'll get more clicks and that costs more, but I highly suggest avoiding using broad match at all costs. Use phrase match, which is the quotations, meaning that what is in the quotations has to be in the user's search for your ad to be found. So that allows you to a lot more control over where your ads are found, and those that are searching them, we know they're interested in your services or products. Neglecting negative keywords. Negative keywords is the best thing in Google Ads. It allows you to exclude keywords from showing your ads. So for ice cream shop, I obviously don't want to be shown for auto body shop. It may not be relevant, but again, with broad match, it may be bringing in my ad. So we can add negative keywords like Walmart or Amazon, or even free, so that if those are included in the search, our ad is not shown, even if part of our keyword is there. In poor landing pages, this is really important because this is the opportunity. This is the moment that you have gotten the click. What people see on those landing pages is really important to know if we're going to get them to convert or if they're going to leave the page. So making sure you give them everything that they could possibly need on that page is going to really help them continue down the funnel. In general, let's not set any unrealistic expectations for either Google Ads or SEO. We know that there is going to obviously be a cost and there is a learning curve with the Google Ads algorithm, but then there is the same with Google search and their SEO algorithm. So making sure that we really just know what we're getting ourselves into. Feel free to schedule a meeting with me and I'm happy to explain more. And not measuring the right metrics. So if you don't have Google Analytics or your conversion set up, this is going to be a huge miss in trying to understand if things are working for you or if they're not. And lastly, resource allocation. So if you're not organizing yourself, your time for SEO, then you may start lacking and not being able to be consistent with creating content. And for Google Ads, if you maybe have a lower budget, but you have high expectations, the budget allocation will be tough to get the results that you're looking for. So really, we just want to be as clear as possible that there is a positive and a negative to both of these strategies. Trying to figure out what would be best for your business right now, easiest way is to take that quiz. All right, if you have any questions, feel free to share them now, or you can drop them in the chat or in the feed. I love to hear questions. It really helps me to understand what else people want to know about Google, and I can create new resources to answer those questions. Thank you so much for watching the Google Empower Hour episode 11 about SEO versus Google Ads.